Recently, Marvel Comics released a solicitation for X-Men Blue 25 that I think is supposed to come out in April. And the lineup and the image, the cover solicitation, didn't have any of the original five X-Men on it, which I thought was interesting and made me happy. And I'll say why. Because if you've been reading the X-Men comic books or X-Men news in Marvel right now, X-Men Blue right now, and since it started, the current, X-Men Blue series, featured the original five X-Men as the starring characters, and they're time displaced because there was an earlier storyline where Beast, the present day Beast, the adult Beast, tinkered with the timeline to bring the original five back, to, I guess, convince Cyclops to stop being evil. It's very long and convoluted. But anyways, that was part of an old X-Men crossover from like 2 or 4 years ago. And after that crossover, written by Brian Michael Bendis, and after that crossover ended, the original five time-displaced X-Men were remaining in time as like permanently here ongoing, even though the reason that they were here no longer existed and that storyline was over with. They were remaining in the X-Men comics, but their older counterparts, the adult Iceman, Beast, Angel, they were still around. And now Marvel's bringing the adult Jean Grey back, so she's going to be existing at the same time the young one's here. The adult Cyclops is dead, but I don't know, he could come back someday. But I think that the original five X-Men now, they're redundant. We don't need them anymore. If you have the older counterparts coming back, why do you need a teenage version of a character that's already existing as an adult at the same time? There's just no need for them. And now that they're bringing Jean back, there's another older X-Men that's coming back to the comics in the Phoenix Resurrection storyline. I just don't see the need for them. And I was hoping that this meant that the original X-Men would go away, that Marvel would put them back and forget about them, because I just think there's no reason for them. I haven't liked them being around. They're cool characters, but I've always thought that they were just completely unnecessary and just didn't belong in the Marvel Universe today. And I was waiting for Marvel to get rid of them. I'm sorry if you like the original five X-Men being back. I don't want to offend you, but I don't like them being here. I just think, if they want to tell stories about the original five, they can, do flashbacks or make a series about that point in time in the younger X-Men's lives when they were, teenagers. But I don't think they need to be existing now. I know the X-Men are famous or infamous, depending on who you talk to, for their time travel storylines. But this time travel aspect, the original five X-Men being plunked from the 60s to today, I'm not a fan of it. And I think it's run its course, put him back. So I hope that, this cover image with the new roster in X-Men Blue means that the original five X-Men aren't going to star in that book anymore, and they're going back to where they came from, and Marvel's forgetting about them. Currently, in the X-Men Blue storyline, they just did like this time travel thing where they went through different eras, and they came to the conclusion that we have to go back to our original time where we came from eventually. And I read that issue. That was the most recent X-Men Blue issue. I think the most recent one is the annual, but before that, the single issue, that was what happened. And I read that and I was like, yes, get rid of them, because I'm tired of them. I just think they take up space. It's like the X-Men have so many characters, like at this point, hundreds of characters, who are like often, they have their main, most popular ones like Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, all those kinds of characters, Rogue. But they have all these other characters who were also not as popular, but still interesting enough, sub-characters. It's like, why not give them some spotlight? Why is a whole book being hogged by like these teenage versions of characters you already have, and they're unnecessary? So I'm hoping that this means that the original five X-Men are going home. Bye. I don't want you. It's not personal, if there weren't adult counterparts of you around right now, I wouldn't be this harsh. But there are. You were never needed in the first place. Go back. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't anger or upset any fans of those characters in that book, but they've run their course. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. But if you'd like to watch and make more videos about movies and TV shows and comic books, please subscribe, like the video. I will be making more. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.